Hello everybody, welcome to my garage gym. My goal today is to briefly give you an overall view of what rucking is and what rucking is going on here in Ohio, kind of where it all started, the gear overview, and kind of how to step into this for the first time if you have no idea what it is. Basically, I have two rucks here. Today I'm going to go over them, kind of explain what they are, what you're looking at. But rucking in general is simply taking a backpack of any kind, throwing weight in it, and going for a hike. That's rucking. So several years ago, a former Green Beret wanted to make the most tough and resilient rucks and sell them. So he went out there, and what he found was that he could sell his rucks, and they were great, but there was also a desire to have, there was a social element to it, where it involved drinking beer and moving heavy objects long distances. And out of that, come forward to today, what we have is the company that he founded is called GORUCK, and they now still make the bags, but now we have events throughout the country, even some around the world. So there's quite a large contingent of rucking people here in Northeast Ohio and throughout Ohio, and right here in the Akron, Canton, Cleveland area, there's quite a bit of it. So in general, you can use any pack. However, I will tell you that when you do these type of events, the kind of things we do, your ruck may be attached to your back, and you might be getting drugged through the wet grass or the sand. And if you have a cheap $10 backpack, your backpack's probably not going to make it through the first hour of an event. So while some of these things aren't the cheapest things in the world, there's a lot of discounts out there, how you can go about being smart about it. And the nice thing about these things is that they're lifetime warranties. So there's a little bit of comfort to go with that. To sum it up real easy, you have packs that are smaller. And for example, this is called the Bullet Ruck. It's a smaller one, a little bit smaller form factor to it, where you have, this is called the Rucker, a little bit taller. You see these side by side, a little bit wider in the Rucker, a little bit taller, more volume inside. And then there's the original ruck that they came out with, which was the GR1, and that's all, and also they're most expensive. And that one has a compartment for like a laptop computer, so you can use it for a whole lot more than just rucking. So I don't have a need for that, so I opted for the Rucker, and we actually have a bullet here because my wife did an event last July 4th. So just want to kind of walk you through it, kind of how this works and what is expected when you go to an event. And we'll talk about the events here in a second. But just to kind of show you the part of the ruck that goes against your back. What you'll notice with a lot of the rucks by GORUCK is they're really strong, they're really thickly padded, so they're comfortable because often you're going to be wearing these for 6 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, depending on what type of event you do. So they're really well made. You have all this mole webbing for different attachments, and this is all a thick padding against your back. Other things you see here, for example, you have a sternum strap that goes across your chest, and I'll put this on later just to show you. That's an accessory. The water hose you see here is for the bladder inside. That's also an accessory, but it's also a requirement for the events. Turning the ruck around, this is the part you see outside. Of course, every ruck has a spot for a patch because ultimately that's what you earn at the end of an event is a patch. You have all this webbing down here, and a requirement for every event is to have some type of reflective stripes here, and also a locking carabiner. The reflective is for to be seen, obviously, but for many of the events, they go overnight, and we're along roads, and cars are flying by, so for safety purposes. So that's why you'll see people with most rucks will have some reflective gear on it and a carabiner. Then you have a pocket in here. Now, one thing to mention about required items, the reflective gear, the carabiner, and gloves are always a requirement. Mechanics wear gloves, which you can kind of see the logo right there. I would tell you that if you shop around, probably the cheapest, easiest place to get these, right at Walmart. There's a couple different styles. You'll spend probably $15-ish, depending on which one. There's a form that straps across. This one just slides right on. The reason you want these is because you'll be carrying sandbags, you'll be carrying logs, different things like that. You may be doing bear crawls across a parking lot. Depending on what you're doing, you need to have gloves. It's a required item. So definitely a good place to get them, right at Walmart. Of course, they're on Amazon and everywhere else. But mechanics wear gloves is a required item. Going inside the ruck, now we talked about weight. So you could do something like, if you want to just get started, and today you're going to the YMCA or you're going to the rec center and you go for a walk around the track, grab a backpack. A lot of people seem to have things like this laying around the house, maybe in a closet somewhere. This is a 10-pound weight. Throw this in the backpack and put it on. Now you're rucking already. Now, I don't suggest this for an event, but this is kind of give you an idea of what it feels like to be on your back. Anything you can think of. The required weights for there's 3 different events. The light, which is the shortest event, is 10 pounds and 20 pounds. It's all based on body weight, not by gender. And then for the other events, it's 20 pounds and 30 pounds. So inside these rucks, usually there is a compartment, and I'll kind of walk you inside this, where here's the water bladder, which is a 3-liter bladder. That's a requirement, and it's suspended up here. But beneath here is a plate. So this particular plate is actually made and sold by GORUCK. Again, when they started doing this, it was bricks. They would take duct tape and they would strap bricks together and they put them in their ruck. So a lot bulkier, obviously some sharp edges and things. Well, they now make these plates that fit perfectly right inside the rucksack. They also have versions that are taller, which I have in here. But these are easy because you'll find that you'll pull these plates out sometimes during the beginning of events. And this just makes it easy. It fits right inside the sleeve. And you have a strap to keep it from moving forward. And then there's a lot of room in here. So this is a multi-use thing. If you want to use it in your daily commute or whatever you do, you can, traveling, things like that. There's a zipper pocket here and then another zipper pocket up top. So one thing you'll notice, I just want to show you while I got it open, is you might be able to see this. You see stitching right here. So that used to be a hole. And one nice thing about GORUCK and their rucks is their lifetime warranty, and the warranty program is called SCARS. So that is a spot where I sent my ruck back after doing some events last year. Had a hole right there, and they fixed it free of charge and sent it back to me. And they actually found a few other spots. You'll see a patch right here, which I think the stitching was starting to get a little bit loose. So they went ahead and reinforced it and made it new again. So you pay to ship it back, but then as long as your dog didn't chew it up or you didn't misuse it, and it's basically just from using it, it's a lifetime warranty and they'll fix it for you. This is called the bullet ruck. It's the same type of layout, same heavy duty construction. Inside it's more of a vertical plate. I think a lot of women or people who are smaller stature like to use the bullet ruck just because it's smaller and you don't necessarily need the volume. So that's the rucks in an overview. As far as the events, just to kind of help you understand where they are, the best way to find where events are going on is go to goruck.com. There's a map on there where you can search by city, zoom right in, and then it has the links to all the events. So for example, coming up here in 2017, there's events here in Cleveland in April. There's in Columbus, there's the 3 different events coming up. There's multiple events in nearby states. So the best way to find an event is to go in that direction. And then GORUCK runs multiple specials throughout the year as far as registration fees and things like that. Speaking of registration fees and discounts and all that, so nothing is free obviously, and you pay for what you get. But I will tell you, and I need to kind of just reference the discount program. It's really good. Now, one thing is, locally we have the Cleveland Area Rucking Crew, so you can get 25% off events for anybody, anytime. That's through our Cleveland Area Rucking Crew, no membership fees to be a part of that. It's a growing community that we have right here. But if you are military, active, reserve, National Guard, veterans, retirees, spouses, dependents, if you're involved in the police, your federal officer, your state trooper, your firefighter, EMT, government employee, or teacher, principal, student, college student, university student, tech college student, any of the above, you qualify for 25% off all their gear, all events, all the time, no matter what's going on. Now, some specials that we just had, they added 30% off. That's over now. But things like that come and go. But as far as if you set this up, it's a permanent fixture inside your account. And while this is a $200 ruck, it's $150 based on the discount if you fall in any of those categories. And that's for all gear. Again, the event discount through Cleveland Area Rucking Crew is good for anybody, anytime. You just need to go through our link for that. But that's the events. Now, to sum up the events, 3 different levels. So for you runners out there, think about it like a 5K, half marathon, and a marathon. So the 5K, kind of the entry into GORUCK and rucking, is the light, which you can see they're all color coded. So the light, you get blue patches. So this has a blue patch, and you see it was July 4th. This is July 4th patch for 2016. It says light right here. So this patch was earned at the end of the GORUCK light in downtown Cleveland. So GORUCK lights are 10 pounds and 20 pound weights. They're usually 5 to 6 hours in length. They're not as intense, I would say, as a typical event, but it really depends on the cadre who lead those. The GORUCK Tough is the next event, which is kind of what it used to be called the GORUCK Challenge, and now it's called the GORUCK Tough. It is where it all started. It's the original event, 12 plus hours, could be 15, could be 13, depends. The light starts at 2 p.m. typically on a Saturday. The Tough starts at 9 p.m. on a Friday night. So immediately it's dark and you go out, you go all night long. The last event is called the Heavy. The Heavy is the first event that I did in Detroit last year. It is 24 plus hours, approximately 40 plus miles, and the color for that is red. So heavy event, I don't know, it's 24 plus hours. It's you're up for a long time, and it's all about teamwork. So those are the 3 different tiers of events. Occasionally you'll see something called an HTL, which is what's coming up in Columbus this Memorial Day weekend, where someone who wants to do the quote HTL is the heavy, the tough, the light, and they do it back to back to back without sleep or rest or anything like that. So the heavy starts at Thursday at 6 p.m., 9 p.m. on Friday for the tough, and then 2 p.m. for the light on Saturday. As far as the events themselves, the military is not required to be a part of it, but it definitely feels very military if you've ever been to boot camp or anything. All events are led by current or former Special Forces, Navy SEALs, Green Berets, Army Rangers, things like that. And you line up, there's inspection, everyone opens up their rucks, they look for required items like the reflective gear. You have to have your ID and a $20 bill with you in case you need to get a cab, in case you quit. And sometimes there's other required items, and they put that out leading up to the event. And then we have something called a welcome party. And that welcome party could be an hour or 2, it could be 4 hours. And it is lots of PT, a lot of body weight work, a lot of squatting. If there's picnic tables nearby, there's a good chance those picnic tables are going to go overhead as a team. But everything is about team, everything. The people who insist on being an individual during a GORUCK event will hurt the team and hurt themselves. Not physically hurt themselves, but it's not about that at all. It is everything with the exception of one event, everything is about working together as a team, and you will learn a whole lot about yourself. While there is so much physical in GORUCK, it is definitely more mental and just doing your very best. So I'm in my garage gym right now. I've called this gym Maximum Effort. That came from cadre Chris CT, who was one of our cadre for Detroit. And one of the things I have a hard time with is putting this ruck over top of my head and then squatting down with it. It's very, very difficult for me. I have poor flexibility from all the years of running, and as long as I give my very best effort in an event, no one's going to get in my face and tear me apart if I'm giving my very best effort. And it's very clear who and who is not doing that. So while you may not be able to do endless push-ups with your rucksack on your back, if you're giving your very maximum effort in an event and being a team member, you'll be fine and you'll have a great time. You look back on it and ask me, where do I sign up next? So That welcome party is definitely grueling. The intensity level depends on who is leading it, as we call it, the cadre or the Special Forces personnel. A lot of it is modeled after Special Forces selection that they go through. The different SEALs go through BUDS out in Coronado, and then Army, different places that go through selection based on their community they're going into. So a lot of it is based in that and their experiences. And then once that welcome party is finished, you move out and you cover distance. Carrying, if you look over here, come over here real quick. This is a GORUCK sandbag. So this is something you'll see lots and lots of these. There's 60 pounds in that sandbag. You'll see 40, 60, and 80 pound sandbags at GORUCK events. And those carabiners, you might wonder, why do we need a carabiner? Well, often we have handles and we will string these sandbags together to create type of a chain. And your team needs to carry those. So sandbags, logs, the July 4th event in Cleveland, we carried a telephone pole for a long, long time, but the only way to move that telephone pole was together as a team. Every last person had to have weight on their shoulders, and we did it. So, moving long distances, fighting through mental adversity, becoming a team, and hearing stories from the cadre along the way, it's a great experience. So, locally, you have a great contingent of Cleveland area rucking crew. I am leading the Team RWB rucking, I guess, answering questions, being a resource, hoping to have some local events, and encourage you to comment below, send me an email, send me a Facebook message, what have you. I'm here to help you. Hopefully this helps you out, and hopefully to see you sometime soon rucking. Thanks.